bring into our lives in the future. And so then he gives some more instructions. So he says, shepherd the flock of God that is among you, exercising oversight, not under compulsion, but willingly, as God would have you, not for shameful gain, but eagerly. So I'm going to start again just by breaking down the first part. So shepherd the flock that is among you. So this is just a call to, take on that role and responsibility of shepherding the church or the people around you that God has entrusted you with. And so be shepherding them. And you're exercising oversight. So you're looking out for the flock. You're looking out for the believers who are here, and you're making sure things go smoothly, and you're making sure to step in when you need to, or give advice to somebody when they're lacking guidance or something like that. So shepherding, but then he gives this call to not do it under compulsion, but willingly be a shepherd, willingly be a leader, as God would have you. And now I want to talk a little bit about this, because this is something that, not as an elder, but as a leader in my own life, this is something that I have struggled with, doing things under compulsion. There have been, not every time in my life, but there have been a lot of times in my life where I have done things out of compulsion. Not necessarily always like being a bad thing, but sometimes I would go a certain direction in my life because I felt like I had to. I felt like maybe that is where God was calling me to go, or I felt really strongly in myself that was the right thing to do, and so I went. Or maybe it was because the people around me and the voices around me were really directing me in a certain direction. And so often, at the end of the day, I did choose to go in those directions that God had called me. But the problem is sometimes, my heart and my willingness wasn't there with it. And so even though I was choosing to still be obedient, I was sort of going kicking and screaming, or just going with reservation in myself, instead of taking the time and praying and searching to have the same desire as God. And here's the thing. This was really encouraging to me, and I've been learning this the last couple of weeks. It says here, not under compulsion, but willingly, as God would have you. You see, it's actually God's desire for us not to serve him or lead or do what he's called us to do under compulsion. He actually wants us to be there with him willingly. And if you think about this in terms of, just a relationship, when you're doing something with your friend, or you have a relationship with somebody, you don't want it to be out of compulsion, like, oh, I have to be here with this person. It's something that God wants us to do because we desire a relationship with him, and we desire to bring other people into that relationship. So not only